offers, correct? Or what's new? Yeah, let's start with some wins. What are some things that you've been seeing on your end?
Um, Hi Lucy. It's good to see you. Um, I've been working on my offer stack, so that's why it seems like I'm launching all these things, but they all connect and make sense together. I just finished the 3 month uh with the client with my high ticket client that I got 3 months ago. And she wanted to work with me again, and I gave her another offer to work with her again, but
Yes.
she said she needed more time to think about it. But I'm okay if she decides not to. She just needed
Yeah.
the accountability was her big
Yeah.
thing.
Mm,
Um, so I came up with an offer for her for that. But
okay.
she's still thinking about it, but I'm actually okay if she decides not to.
That's perfect. Yeah.
um, um, because I want the next offer I want to do is a cohort style because I need
Mm,
volume. I need to be able to do it, a higher price at with more people.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
so that's what I'll be working on next time. But I did just launch a new community, and this community is intended to be a scalable offer, so
Mm,
that I don't have to worry about um, it being hands on with people so much.
yeah.
So I launched that one with 21 members, which was cool.
Mm.
it's a low ticket, but it's still my hope is that it'll keep growing and it'll be I'm going to raise the price because it's really a good deal right now.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing that you'll find that it's natural, right? Like lower
Hmm.
ticket, more volume, converts at a higher clip.
Hmm.
The challenge is that it can also take a lot of time to manage because now you have
Hmm.
like 20 something people, 50 something like humans that have their own
Hmm.
needs and desires and questions. And it's like, holy moly, like, and they, only pay like, X amount, right?
Yeah.
So I hear you, and then maybe there's some sort of challenge underneath there that we can come back to. But thank you for
Hmm.
being here. We'll get to
Yeah.
Lucy, and then we'll go around in circle. I'm sure some more people will come in. But Lucy, welcome. How you been? I know you were traveling, I think, right? Or you were out and about.
Yes, I just came back from a momcation. So
I
no
love
kids,
that.
no hubby, 6 days in Florida with a friend
Wow, look at
and
that.
enjoyed it thoroughly. So um, I'm back to
What
the
a
freezing cold.
blessing.
Yeah,
I
it
love
was.
that.
So it had a lot of wins. I'm trying to even keep them all straight.
Yes.
I had a discovery call while I was in Florida.
How did
And
that feel?
that was awesome. Yeah, I was still working. I tried to keep appointments to the minimum, but I would work in the morning and then I would have the rest of the day to enjoy Florida, but
Yeah,
I did not take 6 days off.
I know.
But
I hear you.
which is fine. That's the beauty of this. So, all right. So I had two 15-minute calls today
Okay.
already. I have one more later. So what happened was there was an article in the paper, our local paper, on my
Mm,
business. And it was very nicely done. The reporter came and took pictures and did a whole write-up. And so I got a few calls from that.
no
So the
way.
two 15-minute calls that I had already today, I was able to book both of them for a sales call. And
Nice.
then we'll see, I have one more later today, and then I have another
Yes.
one tomorrow. So I'm scared to death because
Right.
so far right now I have two official sales calls with my ideal client, one scheduled for Thursday, one scheduled for Friday, and I just really don't want to mess this up.
I hear you. And I know there's a lot there too we can cover. Especially the great thing about it is that they're looking to you as a trusted advisor, if you will, just because of the positioning alone, right? So
Mhm.
even that, I mean, I know that it's easy to say, but I would even get more excited because like it's not just some person that half attended my workshop and half listened to the stuff that I was putting out. It's someone who took the time to read whatever or what, right? And they're actively looking for solutions. when I really look at sales calls and enrollment sessions, for me, it just really comes down to clarity and connection. Like the
Yep.
conversion, the deal, the money, that may or may not happen. To Mona's point, I'm okay, I'm detached. What I hyper focus on is let's get clear. Like, why are they here? What do they need? What do they want? What's inspiring them this at this stage in their life? Like, let me learn about you. Let me connect with you. And then, if and only if it sounds like I can help you and you need the help and you're in the financial. And by the way, I just had a call right now, a sales call, and I asked the guy, I was like, cool, man, look, you seem like a perfect fit, but let me ask you, do you feel like you're feeling both mentally and financially ready and prepared to invest in your own growth? He was like, oh, absolutely. I'm ready mentally. He's like, but financially, boom, boom, boom. He kind of laid it out. But what does that do? I don't have to wait till the end of the call to say, hey, this is 5,000. And he goes, oh my God, I can't do it. It's like, okay, shoot, what could I have done to prevent that? This, right, is pre-frame, pre-handle objections. And there's a whole thing there we can cover for both Mona and you, Lucy. But thank you for sharing that. Congrats on the wins. And then we'll
Thank you.
welcome
Thank you.
Nora here. Welcome to the show. But how you doing, Nora? How you been? What's some wins?
Hi, good. Thank you. Good to be here. Have two offers that were put out recently. The one that I launched just a few days after
Oh
I
yeah.
came the first time.
Mm,
So this is still ongoing because it was a month-long container, and we have 23 people there. And then last week I was launching just a one-off event, and we had 13 attendees. So yeah, those are wins, definitely. Um, and yeah, I'm here with no specific questions today, just that it was the first time that I was able to in my
I know.
calendar come back on and that I appreciated very much the space that was held and your perspective and you too, Lucy's perspective. You were already here, and so it's just good to be here. And I thought I would log back in.
Yeah,
Hi,
yeah,
Mona.
and yeah, and then we had some powerful sessions. If you guys haven't reviewed the recording of last week, it was mindset heavy. It was very much around self-esteem, self-confidence, and all of that plays right into maybe Lucy's point, right? It's just like I'm scared to death about these things, but also it usually stems from these belief systems or identities that we have associated to business or sales or whatever. So whenever you're doing a workout or gardening or whatever you guys like to do, like pop it in, watch the recording, and you'll see that a lot of us are in that boat. A lot of us have these questions, these doubts, these fears, myself included. And I shared some of the things I've gone through as well in that recording. But anyways, thank you for being here, Nora. We'll go back to Mona here in terms of any questions you have, and we'll dive right in. But yeah, so at this point, actually, what I would love to do, because I know you probably have a couple questions, but with this enrollment session, you mentioned that she kind of like only wanted accountability, or what was her need, I guess.
So the sprint that I did was 3 months, 90 days. And it was to create systems so that she can repeat the process and not have to think about what to do. So we designed it to fit her needs, um, to build her business. Um, Part of it was done for you. So I was like creating some thumbnails
That's
for
good.
YouTube
Mm,
and just a few little things that she needed done for you. Oh, I reached out to a bunch of podcasts for her to try to get her on
mm,
podcasts because that was our strategy to get her on because she was such a niche. She's in such a tight niche that we needed to
mm.
find the people. We need to find the people that would buy from her.
Yes.
So at the end of it, we were done basically with what the delivery of it, but she
Mm,
loved the accountability. So, uh, and she felt like the accountability would help her continue on. And the reason I said I'm okay with not working with her is not because I loved working with her, actually.
yeah.
It was fun. I enjoyed watching her business grow and things grow for her. But I want to start this cohort
Oh,
And
it's
I
something
don't
else.
want,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't want to, I think it would, time-wise, it would be hard for me.
I
Um,
understand now.
so,
Okay. I see. Okay, yeah, because so a couple of things just maybe from your own for your own notes when you go back and maybe review the call. So sometimes what happens is that with a client that is looking to maybe upgrade, upsell, continue, etc.,
mhm,
um, they kind of forget the value that is truly there, and so they condense it and collapse it to a word like, "Oh, I just need accountability."
mhm,
But you're like giving I'm sure, like you just said, you did all these things for her, right?
mhm,
So, I know you're not necessarily asking this, but for maybe your own, again, your own notes, we always, and I had this conversation with Lucy in terms of like, always redo the sales conversation, always redo like, okay, cool. So where are you at now?
mhm,
What's working? Well, let's celebrate that. What's working, but also what's not working? What are some of the challenges you're still facing, even though we've already helped you a lot? Let's be
mhm,
honest, like we all have things that we need to work on. What do you still need help with? Boom, that establishes a baseline. And then
mhm,
you can leverage that and say, cool. So of course you need accountability. But from what I'm gathering, Jenny or whoever, it seems like you also still need, right? Like all these other
yeah,
things.
mhm,
So that way, when you do position this upgrade or upsell and it's X amount of money, it'll feel even more aligned to some extent
mhm,
versus just, oh yeah, let me think about it. Another X amount for accountability. Yeah, I don't know.
mhm, yeah, yeah.
Does that land for you?
Yeah, and I wasn't even really ready for her to say that she wanted to work with me.
Oh,
So I kind of just came up, I emailed her, as a offer, and then she
oh,
replied when we talked at our last meeting that she wanted some more time to think about it. So I
oh, I
wasn't
see.
really ready for her to say
Oh,
that
I
that she
got
wanted to
you.
work with me. I didn't have an upsell for her or down
Oh, I
whatever. I didn't
see.
have a continuation. Um, yeah.
Okay, so here's an idea, and you don't have to execute on it because also I get that you might want to have that time to do these other offers. But an
Hmm.
idea is because you actually do have a genuine deadline where it sounds like you're looking to launch this new thing, you can just be very straight up with her, say, hey, Jenny, just a heads up. I need to make a decision in terms of my time allocation,
Hmm.
and I would love to continue working with you. And you can keep, reviewing what I've sent over. But if possible, please let me know by, I don't know when your deadline is. Please
Yeah.
let me know by the end of the month, or just give her a deadline.
Hmm.
And here's one thing that like Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi and some of the folks I worked with taught me. The best situation is when you have a hard deadline and an amazing offer.
Hmm.
Usually this one does it, but this
Yeah.
one makes it real.
Hmm.
Taxes, the birth of your child, like there's a
Hmm.
deadline. Like it's like it
Hmm.
needs to happen, right?
Hmm.
So it's like, oh shoot, my offer's amazing, and there's a real deadline. Those two things will get people to just make a decision. They don't need to buy. They don't need to.
Hmm.
They just need to make a decision. Do you want to
Hmm.
move forward? If not, cool. But I need you to make a decision.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. This whole experience with her kind of showed me that well, for one, it helped me build what I want to offer next.
That's true.
So that working with her helped me build what I want to offer next in a more group setting. But it also showed me that one-on-one takes a lot of energy.
It does.
And not
Yes.
that group wouldn't, but it does take a lot of time and energy. So I don't know.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on group
Yeah,
set
group
like
is
a
powerful. Group is
mm-hmm,
is is the pinnacle because it's the most impactful in the sense of your reach, your impact,
mm-hmm,
and your income. Just being straight
mm-hmm,
up, right? You're
mm-hmm,
impacting a lot of people at once, and for your uh dollar per hour, you're
mm-hmm.
getting way more. Just let's
Yeah.
be honest, right? So it's the pinnacle. The challenge from the user's perspective, from your client's perspective, is the opposite. Dang, I
Mm,
gotta I gotta pay, but it's diluted, right? But
right.
that's why, and you're great at this, by the way. I see it in your community, which you have to make it not about you being the leader of that space, but
Mm-hmm,
you being the facilitator of the collective.
Mm.
I've invested just recently in other areas like a lot of money, but the biggest takeaway is when I step into these rooms, I'm like, wow, the people here are valuable, they're amazing. And
Mm-hmm.
I almost kind of forget, like, oh yeah, there's the leader, there's the main person that
Yeah.
I'm those are the best ones
Mm-hmm.
because then it doesn't feel like, okay, I gotta wait my turn. It's like I want to learn about you. I want to connect with you as well. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I would recommend is prioritize group, absolutely, but be cognizant that from the user's client's perspective, they need to feel the value as well. Because the biggest
Mm-hmm.
objection is like, oh yeah, but it's group. Oh yeah, but I don't know if it's going to help me. I don't know if it's going to be enough
Mm-hmm.
for me.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. So then we'll go Lucy and then Nora here.
I don't have a formed question because it's just I have so much. I I understand the whole low ticket thing too, what you were saying before about um, now you have all this work and each
Yeah,
person, but I am trying to grow because I figure if I can get 100 people into my $49 a month membership, which is already established. There's 22 people in there right now. So it's
nice.
it's it's a solid, I've had it for years. I just haven't really opened it up
Promoted it.
to anything besides alumni. So
Mm,
now I've opened it up and I'm like, if I could just get 100 people in there, I'd be
yeah,
so happy. I wouldn't mean imagine that monthly
yeah,
recurring revenue just from that. So
yeah.
that's all I have to say about
So
that.
with that in mind, I would, and this is for all of us here, for the folks on the recording, lead with your high ticket and
Yeah.
have always this lower ticket, which is usually is a lower ticket community. So see, also by the way, that's why high ticket communities are a challenge because they usually tend to be low ticket, right? Like, hey, you don't have 10,000? Okay, cool. Join my $100 thing or $200 thing over here. That tends to be a Facebook group with some assets or whatever they used to be. Now it's at school. Now it's all right. And so that's also the challenge we have to be mindful of. But anyway, so for you, Lucy, what I would suggest is bottom line is continue to lead with your higher ticket option. Lead with that, lead with that, lead with that. And if and when they give you an objection around finances
Mhm.
and or timing, because usually be like, yeah, Lucy, that's amazing. We'll just put a number on, I can do the 5,000 or whatever it ends up being. Um, but I need to wait a month before I get my income tax returns or whatever. You say, hey, fair enough. Is that the only reason keeping you from moving
Mhm.
forward? Yes. Okay. Are you sure? So you feel like really good about what we can do? Oh, 100%. Okay. Just for my own sanity, like why? Why do you feel really good about this? This. They're enrolling themselves, right? They're just getting
Yeah.
their certainty level up. So you say, cool. So based on everything I'm hearing from you, absolutely. Let's look at the calendar. Let's put something for a month or two from now. Here's what I recommend for you, though. What I recommend for you is let's move forward because for you, Jenny, the most important thing is momentum. It's whatever their thing is, weight loss, nutrition.
Mm. Yeah.
So because that's true, I want to serve you so that you can make the most of the next 2 months, so you can make the most of the next month or whatever. So because of that, so what are we doing? Let me pause there. We're building a logical case, just pure logic. We're building a logical case as to why it actually makes sense for them to move forward with something now versus delay their success and results for some time in the future, especially when the thing now is only 10% or 5% of the big ticket item. It's very logical, but that's why we got to always go back to their emotional reasons. Like, okay, cool. And so just remind me, like, I guess why would it make sense for you to get my support now or later? Oh, these reasons. Okay. And then just for my own clarity, like, why are those things important for you now? Like, I guess, like, why now? Oh, because of this and these reasons. So we have what they want, why they want it now. You just take that and back into the role play. You say, okay, cool. So based on everything you're telling me, Jenny, what I would recommend is yes, let's put something on the calendar. But also, what's best for you right now is to gain momentum on your nutrition and on your sleep and on your weight loss. So because of that, what I highly recommend for you is let's get you going on my introductory option And that's going to be a bridge offer, right? You could even say that that's going to be a bridge option, a bridge to get you from here to whenever you're ready to do the higher caliber, higher touch option. Okay. And more importantly, what I want to see in you over the next 4 weeks or 2 months or whatever the case may be, what I want to see for you over the next few weeks is just really focused in on whatever that one thing is on your momentum. Just focused in on your clarity, whatever, right? Maybe for Mona, I just want to really see you focus on your content creation. For Nora, it might be I just really want to see you focused on your, tapping into your feminine energy. Like just choose one thing, and then that makes the $200 or $500 that you're charging for low ticket like that much worth it. And so you say, yeah, so that's what I recommend for you, and you leave it at that. And they're most likely going to either have resistance around this idea of doing something on the call, which is fine. You say, cool. So just so that I hear you, like you want to get the clarity and the weight loss that you were talking about. The only thing keeping you from doing that today is just it feels maybe like a little bit rushed or whatever. Yes. Okay. So there's nothing else that would keep you from moving forward. No. Cool. So yeah, let's connect tomorrow. Right at that point, it's like cool. Let's just like okay, cool. So does tomorrow or Friday work, or is that too soon? I love that language pattern at the end. Yeah. So with that said, why don't we look at I don't know Wednesday or Thursday, or is that too soon? Most people will say no, that's not too soon. I literally just said like I want these things, right? So it also helps you to not be pushy, but it also helps you help them to make a decision that's in their best interest. So why did I go down that rabbit hole? Lead with your high ticket. They're most likely going to give you an objection and say, cool. So just to be sure, this is something you think will be useful. Yes. Okay, cool. So what I'm seeing for you is let's go with this option to help you bridge from now till whenever you are ready for the higher ticket one. So that's how you can present a downsell in a way that doesn't feel like, okay, you couldn't do this one, here's this one. You couldn't do this one, here's this one. Like that's what we don't want. What we do want to say, cool, I see that you need these things. Here's an option that I think would work really well for you.
Yeah, because one of the sales calls that I booked, she is an ideal client, but I'm not sure that she understands yet. I mean, we haven't had a call yet. That like she doesn't have as much pain as some of my other clients. So,
Okay.
She is really just focused on like 20 pounds of weight loss, and there wasn't a whole lot else.
Well, here's the thing about that, right?
Yeah,
Only
there was.
20 pounds, right? Like from your perspective, it's probably like not that much pain, but here's what we
Right.
always have to come back to. It's like, okay, Jenny or whoever, right? Okay, Jenny, I understand for you, you're not like some of my other clients who are looking to lose 40 pounds, right? Or whatever. We're looking to lose 20 pounds, but I guess like for my own clarity, yeah, like what would that mean for you? What would that mean for you? So when someone comes to me and say, "Yeah, I'm already enrolling at like 30%, Luis. How can you help me improve to 30% or what or 40%?" It's like, yeah, I mean, we can talk about that, but first of all, I want to understand you a little bit better, man. Like, what would it mean for you to close at 40% to begin with? Why is that important for you? Oh, dude, well, if I'm getting on calls and every 10 call I close one extra one, oh my goodness, that's like an extra 5K a month. Like, dude. So, okay, cool. So what I'm hearing you say is it's really less about increasing your percentage points by a little bit. And it's more about this other thing, getting an extra 5K, 10K per month. If you close an extra deal a month. For you, the same idea. Okay, gotcha. So it sounds like you're looking to lose only 20 pounds. Tell me more about that. I guess like why is that important for you? You see, so
Yeah.
even though from your perspective it may feel like it's not a lot of pain, we don't know that.
Yeah.
We have to know what does that mean for them? What does that mean for them? Why is that important for them?
The other thing too is that she's 41 and hasn't hit full perimenopause right now, but she knows what what she's in
Yeah.
for. And it's like, oh yeah, if you make these changes now, I
Mm,
mean, I'm just saying that not as a sales thing. Like, I just
No, no,
know
no.
that when women put the effort in to establish habits earlier, it makes the journey so much better. I mean, perimenopause does
Yes.
not have to be horrible.
Yes.
So, but I don't know, but that's like
Yeah.
pre, I don't know if that's enough to get somebody to
Yeah. It's
change
not.
either.
It's not. So that's what I'm saying. Like what you want to do, and we have Kai coming in here. What you want to do is establish that. It's like, by the way, I love the fact that where did you go? You're over here. So it's like I love the fact that Kai, what's up, my man? So for you, Lucy, it's like I love the fact that you're in a pretty good spot. But tell me, I guess like when you think about like preparing for, the future, what does that mean for you? Just get them to establish what their desire is. Because one thing in sales and enrollment sessions, yes, it is find the pain, but also another big factor is what's the unmet desire. Okay, they lose 20 pounds or 80 pounds. It doesn't matter. Why is that important to begin with? Oh, so that when I look at myself in the mirror, I feel a certain way, or so that I can go buy that like tiny black dress I've been eyeing. Like, why? What do they want? It's not the 20 pounds. For me, it's not closing an additional client a month. For, Mona, it's not my YouTube or my stuff looking amazing. It's something else beneath that. Our duty as coaches and leaders is to establish what's the surface level stuff, more money, better this, better that, more weight loss. And why is that important? Why is that important now? And what do you feel you need? What do you feel you need to actually get all of this? Okay, gotcha. And so I guess if you're not able to get that, then Kelly, like what would be the consequence of that? Right. So that's usually the stack. It's kind of like in my mind, that's how I always view it. You're stacking these, just it's a logical arrangement of their facts and figures. What do they want? Why do they want it? Why do they want it now? What do they need? And what happens if they don't get that? If I'm in a rush, I just need those bullet points. Like, Mona, what do you want? Oh, why do you want that? Okay, cool. And I guess like, did something happen recently, or like, why do you want that now though? Cool. And so what do you feel you need to actually get this, and that? Okay. And I guess like if nothing changes and you're still in the same spot and you're not able to get that, what would be the consequence? Once I have that, then I say, okay, cool. Here's what I'm seeing. Do you see the same thing? So it's usually just a reflection. You just got to reflect to them, Lucy. Hey, from the outside looking in, it seems like you only need to lose 20 pounds but from what we've gathered, you actually it sounds like you need all these other things too. Would you agree? Okay. Beautiful. So I know we shared a lot there. And again, the recording is there for that reason, but let's go to Nora. So I know you're doing the launch and I'm sure you're talking to a lot of people, but what are some questions, Nora, or what are some things that we can help clarify for you?
Actually, I was gonna jump in because of the question that Lucy asked, or let's say the case that she presented, which in some ways is the model that I'm trying to move into, is also this model of eventually running a community for a low tier ticket that is ongoing and that is just established and offers a lot of different options for people. So they enter with the high tier ticket, and then there's the community at the low tier, and then there are some upsells here and there for mid tier. My one of when I heard you speak about that, Lucy, it just kind of reanimated the vision that I originally had for the business, and I'm not running it like that now. And I think my questions or pain points um, are might be similar to yours. I'm not sure, but it's basically when people come and join, I notice two things. Either there's always the novelty, there's always the momentum of saying yes to themselves and join the thing. And two things happen. Either they just from that yes to themselves, they do get a boost of confidence that helps them feel better, and that's great, and they're just happy. But honestly, then they move through whatever is the first challenge, but then they're off. Like the program is successful, we could say. The other ones, they know this is an area for them. they signed up, but then they kind of have a little bit of a freak out or enter a block, like meet blocks, and just kind of decide to push it to the side. And they're technically part of it, but they're just not meeting their goals. Or, I can imagine that with weight loss might be the same. Like you're motivated, but then reality comes in and you're actually not moving through. And the cost of continuing to push back what might help you just becomes this sort of internal uh, uncomfortable place that now has lost the novelty. So then very hard to sign them on to stay part of the community, because they're like, I know myself, I just tried and I just didn't do it again. So they're gonna wait for someone else to like make them hope for the best. So I think that's the primary reason why I have never actually really sold the ongoing membership, is because I just kind of felt like those who are
Yeah.
good, and those who um, aren't bought into it anymore.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, and Lucy, maybe we have some thoughts on this. Like at the end of the day, we got to experiment, right? Like business is really just a big experiment in terms of like, I believe that's my hypothesis. Let's test it. Like have people churn, have people leave, have people go away and not get the result. Cool. Hey, I gave them my all and I grew my business. I helped one more person. Right. And maybe, yeah, maybe I was right. And people did leave because they fizzled out. Okay, cool. But in the meantime, what happens? We have data. We have data to say, hey, if I don't give them a result in the first 3 weeks or 2 weeks or 3 months, whatever your data suggests, okay, then I can then go back and say, cool, let's plug that hole in. But if we don't test it, we're just going to be like in our own mind trying to figure it out.
And Nora, I totally agree completely. That is how these things seem to tend to work. But there's the lady change. She has the #1 community in school, on school in health. She has a crown, so she's making $30,000 a month. And she has been in the #1 spot, I think, since I joined school a year ago. And I joined her program, I joined her group just the other day because I was dying to know at $39 a month or whatever she charges, what the heck is going on in there that she has such an incredible result. And it's literally just a workout plan for the month and a meal plan for the month and an active community. That is all she has. And she is making $30,000 a month. And I'm like, okay, like, why can't I at least get 5K a month? I'd be happy to just get 100 people in my low ticket. And hey, if they're happy, fine. If like I can give them my all, like Luis said, and I can help them as much as I can for $49 a month. And if they leave, they leave. But I'm like on a new, I'm on a new streak after joining her community and seeing what's in there. I'm like, I can do this.
Yes.
So
I
would you
love
say
that.
that would you, just to clarify, would you say that the aspects that seem to work for her is to offer something that is slightly new and different month per month, but simple? So people just get another try at it, at a slightly modified workout, slightly modified nutrition plan. And then is this what you plan on offering?
Well, I think that is why she is successful. I think because they always have a new meal plan, and in my line of work, a meal plan is actually not that helpful. So that's why I've never done this before. And then a new workout each month, and the novelty. So you're right, the novelty is there. It's like people feel the value is there. As far as people getting results, I have a hard time feeling like that would happen with just
Yeah.
getting those two things. So I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm gonna do. I am creating a meal plan that people can buy or get with
Yeah.
the membership, but I'm not sure that that's really gonna get them the results that they need.
Yeah. And you hit the nail on the head. It's valuable, right? Like $40.
Yeah.
Like, of course, like so see, that's the thing. So, and a lot of time it's the first mover momentum that she might have built, like way back when she started. We don't know the story,
Right.
right? But
Right.
Nora could be that for the person 2 years from now that joins whatever maybe Nora's doing now. but we won't know that unless we actively like set it up, right? And then experiment and try it. Like if you ping her and you say, "Hey, I admire you. I love what you're doing with your community. Can I ask you one question?" Sure. The question should most likely be, what shifted for you that allowed you to now reach this new height of success? What was that one shift? Was it mental skill set? Like, was it offered? Like, what did you shift? She's most likely going to say, I don't know. I just kept going because there really isn't one shift. There's a lot of stuff that happens, but she's in momentum. But maybe she does have an insight, but I don't know. That's why I say it's an experiment. That's my hypothesis. Maybe next week, Lucy, you can enlighten us, right? Maybe we could all bombard her with questions.
I'm afraid to reach out because I've been kicked out of other communities before, and so I'm just laying low so
Mhm.
that I
Yeah,
can kind of get an idea of what's going on.
yeah, yeah. It makes sense. Fair enough. But Mona, did you have?
Well, I was just gonna say that the experimenting, that's what led me to where I am now. Because I'm no longer, I dropped the whole YouTube thing. Like, I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
a YouTube strategist, growth strategist anymore, but I offer that for premium tier and my, like if they need, if that's their traffic source, I'll help them because I know how to do it.
Yes.
But, but it's, but that's all I did was I just kept pivoting to to the point where it felt like this is what the business that I want.
Mm,
Even with the new community is a piece of my main community. It's just a portion of it, and I did it in a community because um, I created a whole new community because it's a deep topic. Selling your offers inside your community is a deep topic, but it is also a big need. Like, most people don't know how
mm,
to sell their offers inside their community or even outside their community. But so it's all. But my whole thing always had to connect. Always had to connect with my ideal client and their journey.
yeah.
So that's why the cohort that I want to start, it's all connected. It's all still the same topic. It just will be a bigger version of it. But I just wanted to speak to the point that experimenting is what I do, and but you just want to make sure you're on the same. You're the journey for your member. It's the same. Like, it's just them in different stages.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the
it.
main thing, and that you want
Yes.
to help each one of those stages, and that you can
Yes.
deliver something that's yeah.
Yes, yes. And that's what we would call ICPs, right? Plural, ideal client profiles. So there's not like one niche, there's not one topic. It's like usually there's one overarching theme, systems, health and wellness, spirituality, languages, sales. But within that, then we have a niche within the niche. And then on top of that, we have ideal clients who are in different stages of weight loss and fitness or systems building or revenues, right? The systems for someone who's at 50K is going to be different for someone who's just starting at zero revenue, So that's the thing. And that's what, by the way, that used to overwhelm me. I used to be like, oh my God, like business is so like hard. Like, what am I doing here? But now it's like, wait, business is about breakthroughs. Business is about like creatively finding solutions for bottlenecks that pop up. Like I just had to reframe my own perspective because then I would have gone crazy. Like there's so much going on and outbound and follow up and like pitches and all these things that we got to do, but not really. At the end of the day, you just simplify it and say, well, what's the next step I got to take? So Nora, hopefully that helped you. Kai, man, first of all, I want to honor you, bro. I love your new
Thanks,
look. I love
man.
your
Hey,
presence,
what's up?
bro. Looking
Yeah,
good,
thanks.
man.
I like in the past couple of weeks, I've been just literally bought. So I have like six blazers, and I have like 30 shirts and like five turtlenecks. So I'm
Oh,
literally,
dude.
last couple of months, I've been actually just like wearing this. Like I work, and I tell myself I am a focused CEO. I say that to myself,
Yes.
and my focus has just been on another level.
Telling
Like
you, bro.
I'm just like literally, I can just sit down and focus for 5 hours in a row, lock in, and just do it. Like literally. I
Yes.
mean, I do of course with the work of headphones, but like the identity shift, like I can feel
Yes.
myself like just I don't know, just talking differently overall, like just being a different person, identity shift. I know I'm not a CEO, but I just have a community which and I've been growing like crazy. My MRR has been going up now. Like my goal right now, my objective is to create the best school community ever. That's like number one, which I'm in the process. And I want to have like little language leagues and language battles and
Oh,
competitions,
yes.
and I launched accountability companions now and like a new language learning quest. So all this cool
Mm,
stuff. I'm launching all this and all for free. So like all for free, right? But in the future, I have a very, very powerful option. I have a very great idea for monetizing that later on. And then also like that's one thing. So like making two projects right now, building the best school community ever. And number two is creating a content engine and system that I can run on daily. And I've been doing the second one, focusing on that. I have like two notebooks where I just store like all my data ideas. I organize all my docs, so it kind of worked with AI.
yes. Yeah.
And but that's been like my main objective is to create a content system for qualified leads to enter my school community. So then on the back end, I can later sell them on a low ticket offer, which I'm going to start in April. I love high ticket, but I feel like I want to also add low ticket for a lot
Yeah.
of reasons. I will
Yeah.
get to that later. Um, but but yeah, that's like my main two objections is making the best community ever and like planning this low ticket
Mm,
and building what's it called? And also like in the process of building the best product ever for my clients that I already have. Like my
yeah.
blueprint,
That's
like
it.
my 4 to 6 month blueprint, I'm planning that as well. And then also just launching the content engine. So like three main focuses. I haven't been having lots of sales calls. Like if I do have a call,
Yeah.
I just give value kind of. Because I feel like I have 5 clients, and I feel like with that it's enough. 5 clients I think is enough for me right now. I don't want to push too far, and I don't want to like over kind of over push myself and then not focus on the stuff that I want, which is my content engine, which is my other stuff. And also another thing is I just haven't been having lots of sales calls, just like honestly,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's just that,
Yeah.
which I'm okay with, which I think is like which I think is okay. I mean, I'm focusing on other things. I'm not like focusing on clients. I'm not like, hey, let's have a call. Not that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
that's another kind of aspect there. So yeah, that's pretty much how I've been. But the sales calls that I do have, I close them. So
Yeah.
like sales calls that I do have, I like if I'm like this person is a qualified prospect, I will close them and I will keep them. Like I want to keep them for 3 months. Like for now,
Yeah.
right now, like people that are with me, they're staying. In the beginning, it wasn't like that. They'd stay for a month or two maximum and they'd leave. Now people are staying for
Mm,
3, 4, 5, 6 months because I made the best product ever. I'm putting all my focus and energy in the best product ever. And I'm still in the process of building it. I'm like 20% there to like 100% full high ticket, amazing product. So
I
I'm
love
kind
it,
of like
man.
in the process. I I don't know exactly. Like I'm kind of. I mean, entrepreneurship is not knowing. So you're like, I don't know what my next step
Exactly.
is. I don't know if I should push with high ticket, go with low ticket. Should I even do this content engine? Like, how
Yeah.
should I do the content engine? What my brand should be? How I should create content? How should I create thumbnails? What my filming style should be? How I should edit videos? Like all this, like thousands of questions that I ask myself all
I
the time.
know, bro.
So it's
That's
like
the thing.
it's moving without clarity. But overall, I'm happy with where I'm at right now, and I'm grateful for whatever's happening. And yeah,
I love
that's pretty
that.
much what I have to say.
That's beautiful, man. And again, I've seen your growth from you tuning into the calls and just your presence and your energy and your momentum. Now, here's one thing I would challenge all of us, right? Is if we're enrolling almost every single call, that's great. And it's a signal, a big signal, right? A flare, a siren that says raise your prices. Raise your prices, man. Like for me, I'm speaking to myself. If I'm getting on a call and I'm enrolling 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, like that's amazing. I love that. And it's like, wait, like this is an opportunity. I would rather be at a 30, 40% close rate, but with higher cash collected. How do you do that? Well, first of all, when you do raise your prices and you do get more objections, you carry yourself differently and you start to market yourself differently. Like for example, now one because I'm starting to work with one of my coaches I recently hired. In my messaging and I'm running some ads, it's straight up like, oh, if you're bringing in 10K per month consistently, but are ready for your next level, like boom, instantly, right? Okay, I'm looking to talk to people who are bringing in $10,000 a month. That's a different caliber, right? That's a bit scary for me because I'm like, okay, cool. I can definitely help people who are like under 5K or 10K per month. But someone who's at 10K, they actually already know sales. It's not that they don't. It's how do we optimize it into it? So that's the challenge for you, Kai, man. If like, dude, if you're closing and pretty much all your calls, fantastic, congrats. And how can we get to the next level in the pricing and revenues and cash flows?
Agree. Fully agree with that, man. Like, thanks. Yeah, fully agree.
Love it, brother. Well, any questions? If not, we'll jump back up to Mona. But any questions?
I do have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm at the beginning stages of building out this new thing. I don't know the time frame that makes like the most sense, like if it should be 3 months did feel pretty short with this. It was one-on-one, but 6 months feels kind of long, and a year definitely feels long. Like what would you recommend, or how do I figure out what's the time frame for something?
Yeah, and it always comes down to the outcome that you're aiming for. So I'll give you an example. Right now, I'm a fractional sales director for a mastermind, a brotherhood. It's an annual membership, a whole year, right? So yes, sometimes that does feel a lot, but also in the grand scheme of things, for that outcome over there, the big thing is connection, community, collective, brotherhood, right? So a year is actually decent. You can't really know someone fully in 2, 3 months, 6 months. So a year is actually perfect. So for you, what I would recommend is really zoom out. What's the best outcome in a year? And then create milestones. Okay, so in a quarter, in a half a year, what are some of the milestones they should be progressing towards? And then use that as an opportunity to have a couple of different offers, and then just use them as downsells or just ways to position. So for example, if your 12-month membership or what have you is, I don't know, we'll just go back to the number 5,000. If it's 5,000, then you can kind of gauge, okay, this person needs to be at a revenue level of about, 8,000 or so. They should have some savings or some access to credit to be able to do a 5K pay in full. Or if you gather they're not really there yet at 8,000 a month, well, I have the half year. The half year is half of that, 2,500 for 6 months. So that's another approach. It's just the way you're structuring your offer in a way where there's many options for your client to go with, but also it comes down to what's the investment level. So if you in your heart truly believe 12 months is like how much time they really need to get the ultimate result, then start there. If it's 6 months, then start there and do same idea, reverse engineer it. Okay, if it's 5K for 6 months, cool. If I gather that they're not able to do a 5K investment, or if they actually tell me, oh, I love that idea, but I can't do the 5K, temp check them, cool. Money aside, making a decision aside. How do you feel about my support? Do you feel it would be helpful and useful for you? Yes. Okay, I'm curious, like why? Why do you feel it would be? These reasons. Okay, awesome. So aside from those reasons, in terms of like money and making a decision, is there any other thing that may come up for you, Jenny, that may prevent you from moving forward with my type of support? No. Great. So if that's the case, if it's just the 5K, here's my recommendation. And then you just downsell the half, right?
Okay.
So that's a possibility, because to your point, and all of us, we've got to experiment, we've got to put it out there. And this, because I'm sure you teach this, when it comes to offer creation, it's best to just put something on paper and just like, let's run with it. Let's test it. Let's get objections. And then we just solve for those objections.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, probably 6 months. I think I'll go with 6 months.
Beautiful.
I felt like 3 months was too short because I do off of 90 day sprints. So the first 90 days I could structure it to where we're doing this in the first 90 days, and we'll do this in the second 90 days.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
you
you.
can call them phases, it's like, yeah. So my program has 2 phases, phase 1, phase 2, blah, blah, blah. This is what it looks like. So to be able to get started, it's just one single investment of 5,000. They're gonna be like, wow, yeah, that's a lot. I think this is great, but it's a lot. Okay, cool. Out of curiosity, based on everything I've shared, do you feel like phase 1 at the very least would be helpful and useful for you? Yes. Okay, how come? These reasons. Cool. And then you just go back to the pattern. Aside from those money and timing and all these other things, is there anything else that might keep you? Well, yeah, actually, can you clarify this part of your program? You clarify it. You go again, is there anything else that might keep you from moving forward? No. Cool. So then what I highly recommend is we can always revisit the full 2 phases. But for you, at the very least, because you mentioned you want to do this, and that, I highly recommend we move forward with at least phase one. Oh, how much is phase one? And then you just tell them. You see?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. I like that. Thank you.
Yeah. And as you can see, a lot of the stuff when it comes to sales in terms of objection handling, it's having a deep understanding of your ICP, your clients, and then being ready to deploy offers that actually match them and that are reasonable for you. You don't want to just do some random one-off thing for the sake of just enrolling a client. However, I'm of the mind that if you're not making 10K per month, like revenue over everything, like you gotta like feed your family. You know what I mean? Like just make an offer that fits. It's not gonna be perfect, but that's literally the whole point. You're not, unless. So from what I've learned, when a coaching company is doing 20 to $30,000 a month, that's when they're stable. That's when their marketing channels are set up. That's when all of the things are really set up. Beautiful. That's 0 to 1. Right now, when you go from 20 to 30 to 40, 50, you usually need a bigger team. Usually need more robust systems and CRMs and all these things. But unless you're bringing in 20, like make offers, like get people the help they need and get your business the cash flow it needs. Everybody wins. Huh? Lucy, I believe you're next.
Um, I just wanted to share another win that I forgot to share.
Yes.
I just was happy that these 2 discovery calls that I had today, that I did not try and just sell them something on the call, because I've done that so many times where I'm just like, sure, one session is blah, 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 and then they buy it. And then I'm like, I'll upsell them on the call. And that last one just really crashed and burned. Didn't work. And so I avoided that. So I was just proud of myself that I just stayed calm, booked them for a strategy call, sales call, and take it from there.
Yes. Yeah, you hit on a good point. Like even if we do have downsells, don't rush to downsell, right? Don't rush to do a splinter offer. If the conversation is, and notice what I said, like if and when they give an objection, that's when you go to the downsell. If and only if it's the finances. If it's fear, if
Right.
they're just afraid to invest 5K, let's work through that. We're all coaches. We can all walk them through the fear. But the downsell and the splinter offers are usually if and only if it just comes down to the finances.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't have any other questions the moment.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So actually, quick question. What did they say in terms of like, so you set them on like a demo, kind of like a full-blown maybe 60-minute session, or what's the next step?
Yes, so what I described is a session where we sit down on Zoom for a longer period of time where we can really dig into the challenges that they've had, what's really blocking them and getting in their way, what their goals are, what their vision is for what they really want to see in
Yep.
the future. And then if there's anything, and then how do I say it? Like we can see if there's a program that would fit at that point, and then you can make that decision at that point. Yeah, that's usually how I say it.
Perfect. And also, by the way, like just a reminder for all of us, the decision is for them to choose a program, but you know what the ultimate decision is? Actually, let me open up the floor. What's the decision they really need to make?
I feel like it's clarity on
Part of
where
it.
their journey is going.
That's part of it. It starts with a C, but what like what's the decision they need to make? Kai, Mona, Nora?
Hmm.
Commitment.
That's a good one.
Commitment.
Looking for
That
C words.
yeah. Chat GPT, what are
Um,
the top?
Commitment, maybe commitment. No.
Well,
Tried
yeah, that's
that.
yeah. It's
Yeah, I already know.
close. It's very close. But commitment to what? Commitment to what?
To
Decision.
There was I kept wanting to say clarity. Is it the one that it's not clarity?
It's not clarity. It's not certainty, which I'm sure is what you're
Certainty. Oh
saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was. I
Yeah.
couldn't.
And so it's certainty for something, right?
co-creation. No.
Mhm.
That's part of it. That's actually the closest one right now. So anybody else? Nora, I think I might have heard you say one.
I was
We
with
have
commitment as well.
Commitment. Yeah. It's the commitment and the clarity to change.
Ah,
change. Oh,
change, yeah.
They
Commit to
need to
change, yeah.
change what they're doing to get the result they haven't had. If it's business systems, if it's weight loss, if it's language learning, if it's like feminine, spiritual, like all that good stuff, it's sales. They need to make a decision that they need to change. Nobody ever expresses that, right? Like I didn't invest 8K to this guy to say, hey, guy, hey, mister, I need to change my approach around marketing. But I knew that was a part of it. Otherwise, it wasn't gonna work. Otherwise, like I'm just sitting around and throwing stuff at the wall. I needed to change my results, which requires a change in my inputs, which your inputs are usually a strategy. Mindset, strategy, skill set, time organization, those are usually the three. Mindset, skill set, and just the way you are planning your days and organizing your days. I needed to change that. That's why I made a decision to invest in myself.
Oh, it's a lady change, Nora.
Lady
Oh, that's
change,
funny. Look,
cool.
see, there you go.
Yes.
So she's leading with the biggest result of them all.
Interesting.
It's we just need to. So the why did I bring that up? Because you said, yeah, and at the end, if you want to make a decision around which program, you can do that whenever you. Yeah, that's part of it. But also, what would hit maybe hard is saying, and at the end of our conversation, if you're ready to move forward in the direction that we've established, or and we move forward in the direction of your goals, I'd love to support you in that. If you're and at the end of our conversation, Jenny, if you're ready to move forward in the goals we're going to talk about and overcome the obstacles that you've been facing, listen, it would be a blessing for me to support you.
Amazing.
It's really the change though. So with that said, let's wrap it up. We got like 30 seconds. Anybody else? Nora, any quick questions?
Yeah, I've
Uh,
been sitting about the bio or like the mission. That could be one that is easily referable. And the only one that comes clear is to call out one of the characteristic of the dream client, which is free-spirited. And I was wondering to just ask if you feel like this is too vague, but I would go into a direction of I help free-spirited women experience ex marvelous pleasure or
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, as long as they can recognize that in themselves, and we can have a whole combo around scenario-based marketing, Nora. But that's it. It's like when you think about this person sitting down on the couch on a bed, and they're thinking about whatever the outcome, the change that they want, they need. Do they say, yeah, it's because I'm like a free spirited woman or person? If you feel and you've done any research around that, then go for it. From my experience, I think that would land really well. I think that would land really, really well. But we'll leave it at that. We'll see you guys next week, Nora and everybody else. Kai, questions. We'll keep jamming out in the community. Okay. We'll see you soon. Take care.